Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. It's another afternoon of Spec Corvette racing coming up for you here on the National Racing Network. My name is Chris Graham. Thank you so much for coming to hang out with us here today. We are at Sonoma Raceway up in Wine Country, California. One of my favorite racetracks to look at. It is stunningly beautiful, just like the Spec Corvette Nankang grid girls that we have out here. And John, John, hopefully you can hear me here. We're going to throw it down to you here on the grid. A lot of good cars, a lot of speed in these guys today as well.
Absolutely. I'm not sure if you can hear me, but this is going to be a great race with the Aviati team leading and qualifying here. So they're coming down here to Dave Holmes. You got Josh Carroll, so Tim Mosier set the fastest lap at the lap record time. And the 145, AP Miranda right behind him. We got Josh Carroll, home track. And then we got Dave Holmes coming down here. Donnie York. And then right behind Donnie York, we have Ole Thorderson. And after that, we have Mr. Evan Gold, Kevin Jones, Mike Cheney, and Jeff Herbert. So watch out behind you guys. So the girls are having a good time out here. We're going to have directly after the race, we're going to have awards. And we're going to have a meat pouring from Jeff Herbert, one of our racers. He's a Superstition Meadery owner, operator. So here we go. The guys are going off right now.
Yeah, let's bring up the graphics here. Superstition Meadery presenting the Sonoma Superstition. Thank you very, very much for your support here. We got, quite frankly, everybody rolling off onto the grid here. And let's go on board with, let's see. Let's pick up AP Miranda, who's heading out onto the racing surface now. Also going to have an onboard here with Ole Thorderson. There's Ole. Thank you very much, Ole, for providing us the views out of your car here today. And another onboard. This one will be on board with Josh Carroll as the field making their way up the hill out of turn number 2 and into turn 3 before they're going to make the big loopy ride down. Hook it in towards the infield and the big run through the carousel. Also going to have an onboard today with Kevin Jones. So several cars here. Got to thank everybody that's checking in on YouTube with us today. Also, SpecCorvette.com. Thank you so much for coming to hang out with us here. If you're so inclined, we've got the super chats, the super thanks, all that kind of fun stuff. And man alive, I am really, really looking forward to this one. Let's take a look, as the field's going to get doubled up here pretty darn quickly, actually. Let's take a look at your starting grid for today's race. Starting on the pole with a lap time of 1 minute 45.607 will be the number 170 of Tim Moser. Also on the front row, the number 711 of AP Miranda, sitting about 0.8 of a second back. Row number 2 of the grid will have Josh Carroll along with Corona, California's David Holmes in car number 71. Third row of the grid, Donnie York out of San Fernando, California, and Danville, California's Ole Thorderson. Evan Gold out of Carlsbad, California, lining up alongside of Kevin Jones out of Fairfield, California. And the final car on the grid will be Mike Cheney and the 905 of Jeff Herbert. So let's see, we're going to go on board with AP Miranda here for the start of this race. The field, they're coming into this very, very tight hairpin. Tim Moser going to start on the pole for this one. It's a very short blast out of the final hairpin. This is basically the front straightaway. And we'll see the safety car make its exit screen right. Thank you very much. Moser and Miranda down onto the front straightaway. Turn one's going to come up very quickly. Green flags in the air. Good start for Moser as the field's going to rocket off towards turn number one. Very quickly up the hill. They're going to end up towards turn two. We'll go on board now with Josh Carroll trying to chase down the 7-Eleven of Miranda up the hill for the first time. And you can hear a lot of control you have to put into these cars. The Nankang tires are very, very good, but they will take a lap or so to come up to full operating temperature here around Sonoma Raceway. But they are absolutely going to be able to give these cars the beans by about lap two. First time down into the carousel, Moser and Miranda able to check out ever so slightly. We'll slide back and go on board with Ole Thorderson. Oh, it was a big sweeping pass there outside. Looked like that was the 71 of David Holmes getting the job done on Josh Carroll. Oh, big slide there. This is kind of the second set of looping corners that you'll see. There's the one big downhill carousel that's the left-hander. But then there's a double apex right-hander that leads you into the S's. So important to get that corner right, because if you don't, you are going to lose a ton of time through the very high-speed S's section of the racetrack. Coming down to the completion of lap number one. First place, Tim Moser checking out. Lap number one going to go in the books. It'll be Moser, Miranda, Carroll, Holmes, Thorderson, and Gold, the top six, followed by Jones, Cheney, Herbert. Rounding out your Spec Corvette field here, 9 cars able to make the jump. Let's hop back over and pick up AP Miranda's. Now that we've got a lap in the books, we should be able to bring you up the timing and scoring data on these cars. We'll go back on board here with AP Miranda. One of the things that you're going to find about the racetrack here and the layout is as they go through various corners, they'll actually drop the cell phone signal that we use to take the camera feeds here. As we'll go on board with Josh Carroll, locked in a good battle there with the 71 of David Holmes. Holmes able to get around Carroll as they made their way in through the start of the S's. And now Holmes really able to close some ground up here on AP Miranda. This is going to be 2, 3, and 4 on your screen. Also want to mention to everybody, we can get your comments up on the screen, so check in, let us know where you're watching from. Who's your pick? Is anybody going to have something for Tim Moser here? He was very, very quick in both practice and qualifying. Man, just so much power down there by Tim Moser. Oh, a little bit of a slide up the hill for Josh Carroll. Take a look, slide back here, and we'll go on board with Kevin Jones. Pick him up as well. Oh, baby, we got to head back over here to the onboard of Josh Carroll as the battle between Holmes and Miranda is getting tight. Little bit of a wide run there by Miranda. Great run through turn 7 by David Holmes that time. He's going to be right up underneath the back bumper of Miranda, the Aviati Jet Club, number 711, running in the second position. But, man, Miranda, he gets the power down so good. Of note, Kevin Jones, that we were just on board with a moment ago, lost a transmission in practice yesterday. The community nature of the Spec Corvette guys, AP Miranda had a transmission on the truck ready to go, and between the Aviati guys and Kevin Jones and his team, able to swap transmissions in the back end of Jones's machine. They're going to be close into one. Wow! What a move by David Holmes to take second and open the door for Josh Carroll. Such a gutsy pass that time by David Holmes. Oh, big slide for Miranda. So now this battle, second, third, and fourth, running down in towards the carousel at turn number 6. Oh, big dive by Miranda that time. Through 7. Oh, almost making contact with Holmes on corner exit there. Holmes taking a little bit wider line through that corner. Really let him get straight lined faster than Miranda was. That is such a key out of that corner. It's one of those situations where the juice is worth the squeeze. You have to slow it down a little into that corner to be able to make sure you're going to have a whole lot of cornering speed on exit. Oh, baby, now we're into heavy lap traffic. Is that a Toyota Corolla? No, it's a BMW. Oh, man, Miranda really giving the chase. Let's go on board here with AP Miranda, as that car, very, very quick. We'll give you the onboard audio from Josh Carroll's car here. Oh, it's Carroll with a big slide. Go on board with Josh Carroll. What a save by Carroll. Huge G-forces on that downhill left-hander at turn 6, and then they're going to come down into that double apex right-hander at turn 7. Oh, back on board now with AP Miranda, as AP getting off the racing surface ever so slightly. The problem here for Carroll is that we are catching slower traffic in the S's. You just have to give up the time. There's only so much you can do to force your way around a lap car, as Miranda catching one of the Mazdas. That opens the door in a big way for David Holmes. So now with 9 minutes on the board, lap number 4 will be complete. So many different kinds of cars out on the racetrack here. Actually, just refreshing the timing and scoring website, and the data that I'm seeing is different from what the graphics are showing. Oh, big slide there from Josh Carroll, almost making some contact with one of the lap down cars. So at this point, I am not seeing updates from Race Hero Timing and Scoring. And actually, even the clocks are off by about 4 minutes as well. So we're going to go by the clock that we have up on the screen here. 10 minutes, 30 seconds complete in this race, as Josh Carroll trying to chase down AP Miranda. Oh, those tires just begging for mercy. The Nankang tires holding up well, but it might be the track spec suspensions that are having as much of a workout here. The Willwood brakes. There we go. Now we got the update. 6 laps in the books. Moser, Holmes, Miranda, Carroll, and Evan Gold, the top 5. Mike Cheney, Kevin Jones, Ole Thorderson, and Jeff Herbert completing the 9-car field. 1 car not answering the bell. Today. Oh, it's a big slide for Kevin Jones. He's pulled off to the side of the racetrack, and unfortunately looks like maybe transmission issues once again for Kevin Jones, as that car has come to a stop. Oh, Josh Carroll with another great save. Oh my goodness, these guys are all over the place. Back on board here with AP Miranda, as he's trying to chase down David Holmes. Fantastic battle here. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Holmes able to make the move around the lap traffic, but AP going to have a great shot. He'll get him here into the final corner. One of the slowest corners in all of racing. The final hairpin bend at Sonoma Raceway. Still going to be Tim Moser out front by a pretty wide margin. And keeping an eye on Josh Carroll's camera here is AP. Going full Luke Bryan. That was a big old kick and dust up there. Up the hill, 3 right crest over bend. Now back down into the big right-hander, into the carousel. Oh, Carroll! Way off the racing surface. And the trouble there is you end up getting a bunch of just junk on the tires. That is not pleasant. Evan Gold catching up here on Josh Carroll ever so slightly, but that gap going to be over about 17 seconds back to 5th place. So we'll go on board here once again with AP. He's right up underneath the back end of Holmes. Man, you can see how much suspension travel is in these cars. Really dialed in well, though, because especially watching the 71 of Holmes, not a ton of body roll where that car's, where the actual body and the chassis of the car kind of leans from side to side in the corners. Oh, is AP going to have the look up the inside? Big set. Oh, huge over the curb. AP, what a send. But it's going to let David Holmes scurry away by over 1.5 seconds. Still 2 seconds back to Josh Carroll. Oh my goodness. AP going full jet club into that final hairpin. He may have been all four tires off the ground. I'll tell you what, it seems like a lot of these drivers are potentially having some grip issues because it just seems like the cars either want to break loose, and quite frankly, it feels like it's setup related is what we're seeing a lot of this. As Miranda catching in on Holmes. Quickly jump over to the onboard of Josh Carroll. You can see both Miranda and Holmes just up ahead up the racetrack, only a couple of seconds or so. And those gaps can close down quickly. You hear the hum as you get up over the curbs. Back on board with Miranda as there's lap traffic just up ahead of David Holmes. The gap 6 seconds. Last time by the start-finish line. And that's it. Checkered flag looks like it's going to be out. It will. Checkered flag is in the air. And Tim Moser picks up the win in race number 1 at Sonoma. Fantastic drive from David Holmes. Oh, that was a great drive by Holmes. Coming home 5.3 seconds back of Tim Moser. AP Miranda, you see him give the fist bump. Little congratulations to David Holmes coming in second. Miranda with the fastest lap of the race at a 1:47.451. And he did it on the last lap. He got close, but not quite close enough. Moser, Holmes, and Miranda will stand on the podium here for race number 1. Josh Carroll, Evan Gold rounding out the top 5. Mike Cheney, Ole Thorderson, Jeff Herbert, and Kevin Jones will complete the field. Got to say a big thank you to Jeff Herbert and everybody from Superstition Meadery, who will be providing some of the fun and frivolity in the post-race for these guys. Man, Tim Moser was so darn quick in that race. Actually, Miranda's best lap was his personal best there on lap number 9. Fastest lap of the race goes to your race winner, Tim Moser, at a 1:46.069. Really nice lap there for Tim Moser. Man, that one was fun, and we're going to get to come back and do this all again tomorrow afternoon. Same bat time, same bat channel. It will be the Stars and Cars of the Spec Corvette series. And we are looking forward to bringing that one to you tomorrow afternoon. So now, before we get off the air here, we do have some thank yous that we have to say here, and that will include, well, first off, today's presentation of the Spec Corvette series on the National Racing Network is presented by G-Stream, Improved Racing, Penske Racing Shocks, Sparco, DPS Motorsports, Track Spec Motorsports, Turn 1 Steering Components, Willwood Disc Brakes, and the presenting sponsor of the Spec Corvette series, Nankang Motorsport Tires. Only 15 minutes long we got for race number 1 of the Sonoma Superstition presented by Superstition Meadery. Oh, but that was a fun one to watch. AP Miranda, good Lord, man. That send into turn 11 was at final corner, I should say. Turn 12, I guess it is on this layout. Absolutely epic. Oh my goodness. A great pass outside by David Holmes on AP to claim the second position. Josh Carroll had a very nice run in fourth place, and I don't know what more you can say about Tim Moser coming home as your race winner. A blistering pace he was setting all day long. But with that, it's time for us to get the heck on out of here. It has been a fantastic show this afternoon, and we thank you all so much for coming to hang out with us. For John Wynn, my partner in crime, James Watson, who will join me in the booth tomorrow, and everybody else here at the National Racing Network, my name is Chris Graham. Thank you so much for spending part of your Saturday with us, and we look forward to seeing you all tomorrow afternoon. Until then,
I'm Ryan Newman, and since I started with Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives, I found out that some people think that they can't be an organ donor. The truth is, anyone can sign up to be an organ donor.
Anyone?
Anyone?
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Anyone can sign up to be an organ donor. So don't count yourself out because somebody's counting on you. Go to driventosavelives.org and sign up today.
But my heart's going to you, Ryan.
Love that shirt.